How to remove the SAS system. SAS is the secondary air system. What it does is that it basically pumps fresh air from the airbox straight to the exhaust manifold. That helps ignite any unburnt fuel that came out of the cylinder into the exhaust manifold. This was made in order to comply with any Euro standards and emission standards. Another thing that the SAS system does is that it dilutes the gas mixture in the exhaust, and that also helps pass emissions in the states and places where emissions are checked for motorcycles. We're going to go over how to remove the system itself and the different options that we have for blocking it off. So right here we have the pump itself. This is the pump that will pump air from the airbox. This is the connector that connects to the wiring harness. This is our hose that goes straight to the airbox where the air is sucked from through the pump. This hose goes to the front bank, right where the exhaust manifold is. And a second hose that goes down to the rear bank, also where the exhaust manifold is. So before we get started, I just want to explain why we would want to remove this system. This is basically something that you would want to do if you're taking your bike to a dyno run to get a custom mapping. You would want to do this because if we're reading the air-fuel ratio from the exhaust, what's happening here is basically we have fresh air that's coming into the exhaust manifold, and it will throw off the air-fuel ratio reading, basically because it's picking up more oxygen. If we want a good precise reading, we should eliminate this system here, and then we can get a good reading. This system is not only on Aprilias, it's on many other motorcycles as well. I would say the newer motorcycles, newish motorcycles, almost all of them have them. The thing is that with the Ape, it's just a little bit harder to get done. The best option that we have would be to get the block-off plate. You literally have to drop the engine to get to the screws. It's very hard. The other option that we have would basically be to cut off the hose and plug it somehow. And then we have a really nice aesthetic option. By the way, this is something that Amauri posted and showed everyone, so I just thought I'd make a video about it, so thank you very much, Amauri. We're going to need a 1/4 NPT tap. We're also going to need 2 1/4 NPT plugs. This is something that you can find at pneumatic and hydraulic stores. So now we're going to go in with the tap, and we're going to, of course, lubricate it. Go in slowly. I did this one already, so there's already a thread in there. We're going to go in back and forth motion. Once you feel a little bit resistance, then you go backwards. That will cut the buildup of shavings inside. Don't forget to clean out all the shavings. You can vacuum it, use some Q-tips. Whatever it takes to get all the shavings out. You don't want to leave anything in there. Now we're going to apply some 243 Loctite. It's medium strength. We want the 243 and not the 242 because the 243 works well with oils and it's oil resistant. We'll apply the Loctite fairly generously because besides the fact that it will prevent the plug from unscrewing, it will act as a seal, and it will also be sort of a corrosion prevention. We'll take our cap and screw it in. Yeah, that's screwing in nicely. We'll just tighten that down a little bit. No need for a lot of force, just wrist tight. Now we'll take a shop towel and just wipe off all the excess Loctite. And there you go. You have a nice finish. It's sealed, it looks good, and it is probably the best alternative to getting the block-off plates. So yeah, that's basically it. Now the only thing left to do is the front bank. Once you do the front bank, same procedure. Last thing would be to plug the hose connection in the airbox, and we're done.